Hi, and welcome to Bright Brain. Recently, there's been a revolution in our understanding of the brain. Important new research has given us powerful insights into how we think, learn, and even grow intelligence. Neuroscientists, those are the people who study the brain, tell us there are 5 keys to building a better brain. Here they are in no particular order. Number 1, problem solving. Now, having problems doesn't make you smarter, but learning how to solve them and trying out solutions does help. Novel and challenging problems are the best kind for stimulating brain growth. Number 2, nutrition. Your brain runs on oxygen and food fuel. That includes lean protein like eggs and yogurt and soy and fish that are rich in omega-3 oils like salmon. Complex carbohydrates like wheat germ and pasta and whole grain breads. Fruits including oranges, apples, and bananas. Also good are unsaturated fats, leafy green vegetables, nuts, and B vitamins. Number 3, stimulating environments. Proper stimulation boosts brain growth. That means new things to do, places to go, things to touch and handle, new colors, lights, things to look at, travel, changes, and music. In fact, you'll be hearing some music throughout this video. Number 4, feedback. The best feedback is specific, immediate, positive, and at times dramatic. Number 5, physical activity. Both being active and stimulation in specific ways. That's what this video is all about. These activities will stimulate more than just the right and left side of the brain. They include complex multisensory tasks that challenge the brain. Many of those neural stimulators are demonstrated on the accompanying video. Before we get started, let's meet Dr. Lyle Palmer. He's a professor of education and founder of SMART, a nationally recognized learning readiness program.
Hello and welcome to Bright Brain. I'm Dr. Lyle Palmer, professor of education at Winona State University in Minnesota. I'm a researcher and former president of the American Academy for Human Development and the Society for Accelerated Learning and Teaching. Readiness for school is the greatest educational investment we can make. Readiness is considered to be the maturity of listening skills and language, eye-hand coordination and pencil control, visual recognition, number concepts, following directions, self-direction, social interaction, and general coordination. I'm here to share a set of fun and exciting brain stimulation activities which can make a huge difference in boosting the development and school readiness of your child. In this video, you will learn key activities which have been researched in school settings to boost whatever curriculum your child encounters. The child's developing brain has been the subject of extensive research during the last 40 years. We know now a lot about what takes place in brain development, and we can use that knowledge in fun ways with kids. The following are some basic brain development principles to keep in mind. First, the brain grows fastest during the early years. This growth rate gradually slows as shown by steady declines in the rate of the brain's weight gain. If we can boost the rate of growth even slightly, we can make a big difference over time. Therefore, the earlier we begin to stimulate, the more opportunity the child has for normal and enhanced abilities. Second, stimulation produces beneficial electrical activity in the brain. This activity produces positive growth in brain cell development and increases the biochemicals needed for growth. 3, the brain is plastic. It responds by either growing to more fully developed levels or, as in the case of deprivation or restricted experiential opportunities, the growth of the brain is restricted. Fortunately, this principle indicates the possibility of enhancing the growth of your child. 4, the brain can be stimulated at any age. Unlike growth factors, which chemically stimulate body growth in childhood, research shows that neurogrowth factors can be stimulated at any age. 5. The brain takes in stimulation and new information through input, not output. Asking kids to perform is usually not stimulating. It is just testing output. Putting children into a reception mode allows the brain to receive the benefits of stimulation. Now, let's define what we mean by stimulation. Stimulation is sensory input that is unusual compared to what the child ordinarily experiences in the local culture. For example, stimulating sounds would be louder or softer, occur more often or for a longer duration, and be more varied or distorted than usual. These activities are integrated in whole brain in that they include the tactile and kinesthetic senses as well as visual and auditory input. Tracing is kinesthetic input, but many tracing repetitions are necessary to put the traced form into the brain. Kinesthetic stimulation is also slow motion types of movement. These activities are input-oriented rather than the typical output activities usually used with children. The adult modeling is the input. These stimulation activities include physical motions, which are sometimes misinterpreted as exercises. However, exercise is what the brain can already do. Here, we are putting something new and enhancing into the brain. Rather than exercising existing abilities, we're putting new abilities at work. Therefore, our program avoids testing children, implying that we want to know if a child can do or perform a particular action. Remember, in order to be stimulating, an input activity must be fun, more intense, happen more often, and last longer than ordinarily. Research at Ohio State University shows that even a single session of a stimulation activity has permanent effects. You can imagine the results of a daily program which can last for months up to a year. Most sensory activities are familiar as visual, auditory, tactile, taste, and smell, and so on. But there are other senses which are less familiar. Kinesthetic and vestibular senses come in the form of movement, balance, and alertness. Vestibular activities are naturally attractive floor and playground fun. Just notice the many balance-disrupting activities we're attracted to in exhilaration and/or balance sports. Examples include swinging, skating, boating, flying, biking, walking on stilts, carnival rides, and so on. A lack of vestibular stimulation during childhood may produce a craving throughout life for what was missed during the early years. In these floor activities, therefore, vestibular stimulation is particularly popular. The vestibular sense indicates movement and balance and relates to many academic and sports skills, including attention and visual coordination. Rolling, spinning, and forward rolls give maximum stimulation when the eyes are closed. Occasionally, a few children may be visually sensitive when first attempting these activities. They will need to close the eyes throughout vestibular activities in order to reduce nausea. Vestibular stimulation influences eye-hand coordination and attention, as well as simultaneous auditory stimulation. This auditory stimulation consists of playing loud, highly distorted music during vestibular activities, such as the rolling, spinning, creeping, or alligator crawl. Simply remind the child to close his or her eyes as much as possible, and then praise the closing of the eyes. With patience and practice, you'll be delighted with your results. If you're ready, let's get started.